Good day, good evening, good morning, depending where you are watching me from right now. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn about variation, and if this is the first time you are coming across my video, I would like you to hit on subscribe button for me if you're watching from YouTube. And if you're watching from TikTok, look up, you see my video, my YouTube icon rather, click on it to take you to my YouTube channel, then hit on subscribe button for me. And TikTok, you can also love my video and also follow me. God bless you. Okay, briefly, we're going to learn a new topic, which is what variation. Variation. What is variation? Variation is a relationship in mathematics. It's a relationship between two or more variables. Yeah, a relationship between the price of a commodity and the commodity itself, whatever you want to buy, and the price. A relationship between a son and a parent. A relationship between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. There are many things. There are many things that we can relate to in terms of relationship. What is common between them? For instance, now if I want to buy a gadget, the price and the demand of that particular gadget, we also show some level of relationship. We normally say that the higher the price, the lower the demand. The lower the demand, the higher the price, and just like that. So that kinds of relationship, that is what we are going to treat under variation. Under variation, and in this topic, we have four types rather. There are four types of variation. Number one, we have direct variation. Number two, we have um, inverse variation. Number three, we have joint variation. And number four, we have partial variation. These are the four types of variation. And for the sake of this video, I would like to take the two of them first, then I'll take the other one, the joint and the partial variation, in my next video. So don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. So what are we going to learn today? Right now is going to be direct variation and inverse variation. Yes. Under this direct variation, under this direct variation is is a type of variation that form a relationship between two variables, two objects, two things. Yes, is direct. Is so direct. So it's the kind of relationship that form between two variables. But variation itself is a relationship that happens between two or more variables because it covers many types. So it's not only direct variation. But under direct variation is the relationship between two object, two variables, and two things at a time. So let's take one example. The relationship between y and x could be this way. So in every relationship, there is a constant number. So we have this equals to kx, where k is the constant what number. K is equals to what? Constant. Now we can drive a question that will address this issue and we solve it together. You understand? You can drive a question. You can bring out a question. Let's say, for instance, um, y is what directly proportional. Proportional to what? To x. Let's call this one y, right? To x. When y is equals to 4, x is equals to 2. Find y when x is equals to what? To 6. Can you see it? This is question number 1. Under this word direct variation, we'll take only one question, and we'll also take one question under inverse variation. So we are taking direct variation first. Thanks for watching. Please don't go anywhere. I love you. Now we have this question on the board. Y is directly proportional to x. When y is equals to 4, and we have our x equals to 2, and we are asked to find when we are asked to find y when x is equals to 6. When x is equals to 6. Okay, now I want you to write it very well. When x equals to 6, when x equals to 6, we're asked to find y. So from the relationship here, we are going to use this to solve it. So we have y is equals to kx. There are two phrases here in this question. Number 1, the first phrase, the value of x and y, they are provided. And the constant number, which is k, is not provided. So in the first phase, what you are going to look for is to look for the constant value that form that relationship between them. So we are going to calculate the value, or look for the value of y, of k rather, this k. Now our y from the first phase, y is equals to 4. Write our 4 here. Our x is equals to 2. Write our 2 times this k. So we can now say we have 4 equals to what? 2k. Don't forget that this 2k is not what? It's not 2000, right? K here is just a letter. Now 4 is equals to what? 2k. We are going to divide both sides by what? By 2 to make k the subject of the formula. In case you haven't watched the subject of the formula, I'm going to drop it soon. You also watch it. In case you can also check my YouTube channel and see it there. It's already loaded. Now we divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2, right? So 4 divided by 2 equals to 2k divided by 2. 2 cancels 2 here. So we are going to say that our k is equals to 2. So now that we have found our k, we can now move to the second phase of the question that says find y. Find y. When do we find y? When x is equals to 6. Do you get that? So we are still bringing this expression or the relationship formula back, where y is equals to kx, right? Now we are asked to find y. So what we are going to do, we have already gotten the value of our k. Our k is 2, and our x from here is 6. So from here, our y is equals to what? 12. This is just it. So direct variation is just also a direct expression. It is a direct calculation, and it's a direct relationship. So as easy as it is, that is just it. The more we go, the more complicated or more tedious it becomes, but it's very easy if you follow it. And I'll try my best to make it more easier for you. Don't go anywhere. Please don't forget to hit on subscribe button for me. And if you are watching from TikTok, hit on love and follow me. Thank you so much. I cherish my subscribers and my followers. Now we are going to move on to the second one, second type of variation, which is the inverse variation. The inverse variation. So under inverse variation, I'll take, I'll consider the second question as the one for inverse variation. And let's still use x and y. Um, if y varies inversely as what? X, when y is equals to what? 4, x is equals to what? 3. Find x when y is equals to 2. Do you get that? Now from here is almost like that, like the one we saw in direct variation. But the difference here is this one is an opposite. Yes, because the relationship between um, x, y and x here means that anytime the value of y is increasing in direct variation, the value of x will be increasing. But here in our inverse variation, anytime the value of y is increasing, the value of x will be decreasing. You will understand as I'm going to explain. So the expression reads like this. Y is what directly, is very inversely rather, as x. Meaning that y is equals to k over a x. Y is equals to k over x. You remember that our k is our constant number. So it shows here that while y is increasing, when y is increasing, our x here is decreasing. So they work oppositely. They work in different direction. Do you understand? This is the kind of relationship we have under what? Inverse variation. Now, let's say that, let's solve the question on the board. Our y, in the first place, our y is equal to 4, right? Our k is not given, and our x is equal to 3. Remember that this 4 you are saying is the same when we divide it by 1. 4 divided by 1 is still the same as 4, right? So we have it this way. So the next thing we need to do is to cross multiply. So cross multiply, k times 1 will give us k, right? 4 times 3 will give us what? 12. So our k is what? Is equals to 12. Now that we have successfully found our k, which is the constant number, we can now use it to what? To look for the value of x we are asked to what? To search for. Okay? Now we look for this expression again. This is what we are going to use to find x. So y is equals to k over x. Our y is given, our k has been found, the value is 12, and our x is not given in this second phase. So we can now see y, which is equals to 2, is equals to our k, which is 12, divided by x. And remember here, we also say that 2 divided by 1 is still the same as 2, so that we can successfully what? Cross multiply, and it should be clear to us. So we can now say that x times 2 is 2x, and 1 times 12 is 12. So it's the same as, I don't like writing down. So we can now say 2x equals to 12. And when we divide the both sides, just like we did here, divide the both sides by 2. 2 we divide by 2 and 2 we divide by 12. That is to divide the both sides, this side by 2 and this side by 2, so that 2 will cancel 2 and will make x the subject. So we are going to have our x equals to 12 divided by 2, and x is equals to what? 6 is our final answer. So we are able to what? To solve or to explain the first and the second types of variation, which are direct variation and inverse variation. And we say that there are the types of relationship or types of variation that occur between two objects, between two variables, between two people, between different things, but there are two things. Under direct, there are two. Under inverse, there are also two. The difference between the direct and the inverse is under direct, when one is increasing, the relationship affects the other one to what? To also increase. If you are demanding the price of if you are demanding to buy a particular thing, or let's say phone, the price of phone keep increasing. Why? Because the demand is very high. Yes, this the kind of relationship there is what is direct. Is direct variation. So when you come to inverse, it's opposite. When one is increasing, another one is what? Decreasing. Do you understand? When one is increasing, another one is decreasing. Just like the relationship between um, the animals living in the jungle that are the predators and prey, one that kill another one. You know, the numbers of lions in the jungles are lesser than the numbers of buffalo in the jungles. Do you understand? Yeah, so that is just it. It's very opposite. Do you have any question you want to ask? Drop it in my comment section. And don't forget, the most important thing is hit the subscribe button for me. I love you all. Thanks for visiting my channel.